The former U.S. president made headlines today after he urged the Queen to strip Harry and Meghan of all their royal titles. He described the Duke of Sussex as being whipped like no person I think I've ever seen, and led around by his nose. In an interview with Piers Morgan on New Channel Talk TV, Mr. Trump claimed Harry had been led down a path, and that he wondered whether the prince, who quit the firm 2 years ago, would go back on his hands and knees and say, please. Meanwhile, the outspoken former leader of the free world claimed he is not a fan of Meghan and hasn't liked the Duchess right from the beginning. Mr. Trump said, I've been a very good predictor. As you know, I predicted almost everything. It'll end and it'll end bad. The former president has long been critical of the Sussex decision to step down as senior royals and even tweeted in 2020 as news broke the couple would move to California, that the U.S. would not pay for Harry and Meghan's security. He wrote at the time, I am a great friend and admirer of the Queen and the United Kingdom. It was reported that Harry and Meghan, who left the kingdom, would reside permanently in Canada. Now they have left Canada for the U.S. However, the U.S. will not pay for their security protection. They must pay. In response, a spokesperson for the Sussexes said at the time, the Duke and Duchess have no plans to ask the U.S. government for security resources. Privately funded security arrangements have been made. The Sussexes privately fund their own security in the U.S. for themselves and the two children, Archie and Lilibet. However, Harry is currently in a legal battle with the Home Office after it was ruled he would not be able to pay for Metropolitan Police protection while in the UK. The Duke's lawyers said Harry and his family were not safe without this protection while in his home country. Meanwhile, Mr. Trump and the Duchess have long had a relationship fraught with tension, after the then-actress labeled the business mogul misogynistic on The Nightly Show with Larry Wilmore in 2016. In the build-up to the presidential election, Meghan was scathing about the prospect of a Mr. Trump victory. She said, it's really the moment I go, we film Suits in Toronto and I might just stay in Canada. Yes, of course, Trump is divisive. Think about our female voters alone. I think in 2012 the Republican Party lost the female vote by 12 points. That is a huge number, and with someone as misogynistic as Trump is, and so vocal about it, that's a huge chunk of it. Meghan added she supported his Democrat rival Hillary Clinton not because she's a woman, but certainly because Trump has made it easy to see that you don't really want that kind of world that he's painting. 3 years later, Mr. Trump was asked by The Sun whether he was aware of Meghan's comments. He replied, I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that. I hope she is. The interviewer then quipped, she said she would move to Canada if you got elected. It turned out she moved to Britain. Mr. Trump replied, there are a lot of people moving here, so what can I say? No, I didn't know she was nasty. However, after a visit to the UK to meet the firm a year later, Mr. Trump sang the praises of the royal family. When asked by his then-friend Mr. Morgan to clarify his comments about the Duchess of Sussex being nasty, he said, I wasn't referring to her as she's nasty, I said she was nasty about me. And essentially, I didn't know she was nasty about me. So I said, but you know what, she's doing a good job, I hope she enjoys her life. Mr. Trump added that he thought Meghan was very nice, and that negative reporting of her shows how terrible the news can be.